Windows Amazon Web Service, which is AWS. This is how to create a Windows VPS on it. Head over to search and type E2. Now, when you type E2, I'm sorry, EC2. So when you type EC2, Amazon is going to show you this on the AWS console. So just go straight and click on the EC2 itself. Now it's going to open up this way. Just go over to where it says launch instance and click on launch instance. Now it's going to ask you what do you want to call it. So I'm going to call this instance OKEKBot1. That's because this is going to be the number one server I would use to drive traffic to. Now I'm going to scroll down where it says application and OS image. So this practically means what image or operating system would I want, this computer I'm creating called computer I'm creating use. So I want it to use a Windows computer, which is a Windows OS. So I'm going to click on Windows. Now it's going to ask me what kind of machine do I want. So I'm going to click on where it says free tier. That's because you can create a free computer, but the free computer on the free computer on Amazon web service, which is AWS, the free one is usually 1 gig RAM. So if you look over here, you're going to see that this is a 1 gig RAM computer. Let's scroll down up to where it says read more. Okay, let me click here. Let me erase this. I want to be able to see like a full. Okay, let me keep proceeding, then you'll be able to understand better. So I'm going to first put this to Microsoft server free. I'm going to scroll down. Now this is where it says what kind of instance, what kind of computer would you want to create. So I'm going to click on where it says copy instance type. You will now see that this was actually a 1 gig RAM computer, which would actually be nothing. We can't actually do anything with it. So in order to drive traffic to your website or YouTube channel, you need at least a computer with up to at least 4 CPU and up to at least 8 gig. So I could go with 4 CPU and 8 gig. What I'm actually seeing here is 4 CPU and 16 gig. Now I think this is actually cheaper than what you would get on Google. So since I'm just walking you through on how to do this, you could just pick this. Now you could also still decide to modify it and have like a custom setup. But for me, I mean this works. So what I would have to do next is to click on select instance type. Good, I've selected it. So now this simply means now that I now have a computer with 16 gigs of RAM. You can see 16 gigs of RAM and 4 CPU. Now I could choose some other computer if I want to, but I mean this will actually perform very very well. So I'm going to scroll down over again where it says key pair login. So you practically need, especially if it's a Windows computer, to create what to call a key pair. So this key pair is just it will give you a code. You download this code. It's like an encryption code. It's this code you'll be able to use to create a password. It's not really important how it works. Just know that you have to click on create new pair and you have to click on create key pair. Okay, give it a name. Sorry, you have to click on you have to give it a name, then you click on create key pair. So I'll give it a name called OKEKBot, which is exactly what I called this machine. I think I called the machine OKEKBot1, but I'm giving the key pair name um, OKEKBot. So I'm going to click on create key pair and it has downloaded this file for me. So this file right now that is downloaded is actually called a certificate, right? So just keep it somewhere safe, because when you're done with creating the computer, that is what you would use to generate a password for the RUDP session. So I'm going to scroll down and I'll just keep going down at this point in time. I don't really have much I would want to do again. The rest of everything can actually just be there at default and I won't have an issue. So I'm going to click on launch instance, and within a few seconds the Windows computer I'm creating would be set up. So Amazon is quite faster than Google when it comes to creating Windows servers, and Amazon actually still their computers actually outperform Windows computers. I don't know, I saw outperform Windows computers created on Google Cloud. Now I don't know if I'm saying this because Amazon happens to be a bit more comfortable and cheaper. I mean, the same amount of money you'd use to get a particular spec on um, Amazon, you would use it to get a lesser spec on Google. So it seems like if you have the money to spend, Amazon web service, which is the EC2, why am I using so much times that I just tech DevOps related? When you create a VPS RODP on Amazon, the money you would spend is actually in a very long way cheaper compared to Google Cloud. So I think maybe that is why I'm making a decision, and I'm saying the machines are quite faster. But in a nutshell, I think I prefer Amazon when it comes to creating Windows savers. Okay, it's saying success that it has, done that. So I'll click on the instance, and it will bring me to this section over here. So all I need to do right now is to launch the instance if it's not already launched. I think it's launched already. Okay, no, no, no. Launch means go launch a new instance. All I need to do is to click on this instance itself, rather. So while it's actually showing like this, I would click on connect, right? And when I click on connect, I'll click on arrow dp client. So then to download the file, which is this file over here, and this is the file I would use to connect. So I myself, I don't actually like downloading the file or using the file. I just like copying the link. So I'll copy this link over here, or I'll click on this public DNX. I'll copy it, and I'll open up my Microsoft Remote Desktop app. I'll click on plus, and I'll click on add PC, and then I'll paste that link I got from Amazon, right? Then I'll click on get password. So the password will not tell me now I should upload that file, that PEM, that thing we initially did. Good. So I will now click on upload. I'll look for it. This is the file over here, okay, but.pem, and I'll click on open, and I'll click on decrypt password. So it will now give me a special password, which is this one. This is the password I will now copy. I will head back to here, and I'll click add. So whenever I double click it, if it asks me for my username is what is here, administrator. If it asks me for my password is what I'll put here. So it's showing connecting, but it has not yet. Okay, so I'm going to unable to connect. Let me click the instance. It's showing running. Let me click refresh. Okay, showing running action. um Let me try again. Why is it not going? Okay, let me click on connect, and let me try downloading the file it gave me, and I'll open the file. Oh, and somehow the file happens to be working. Okay, okay, I get what is happening over here. So if I click on the file it gave me, it opens up. I mean, it's basically still the same thing as the machine I had created, but somehow the file happens to work. Okay, so I mean, if that works, then fine. So this was the file we downloaded over here, and when I open it, it asks me to put in. Okay, sorry, it already okay, and I'm getting extremely confused. At the moment now it's working. Okay, so I just guess what happened was probably the machine was just created, and so it needed time, because I know once you copy this public DNS, I mean, it should work. Okay, I'm trying to put the password, but I want you all to see how I'm putting it. Okay, so password I'll put in administrator, which is the administrator we saw here. And now the password now we copied now of or more. Okay, let me go to get password again. It seems whenever I want to get the password, um okay, I don't know if it's the same thing as the previous one. So I'm going to go back, put in the password, and I'll click on connect. Okay, in, and I am in. So this is how to create a remote desktop on Amazon, which is AWS. I did one on Google Cloud on the previous video. So this is what I was trying to actually do it manually, so I can actually resize the screen, because when you connect to this remote desktop, it takes the size of your screen and then it makes it like to the fullest. So I actually use a 4K monitor, ultra wide, and I'm actually recording a portion of my screen. So by default it would want to take the whole screen up, which would be so, I mean, will cover up everywhere, and it doesn't make sense to me. So what I would want to do is to exit. If you watch the previous episode, it's still the same thing. Click edit, go to display, and where it says this, just change this to whatever resolution you want. This works for me. Save it, open up again. So I'm gonna open up again and I'll put in let me put in the password first. Then copy this and put in administrator. So I'm going to log in. So this time around is going to be a bit, I think it's going to start with covering the whole screen first. But then when I minimize it, it would now like give me like kind of something that looks like a full screen. Well, not really a full screen, but at least I can get the whole thing here. Okay, so now this is a Windows computer, and this computer was created on Amazon Web Service. Where's that thing again? On Amazon Web Service. So what can I do with this computer? I mean, basically everything you would want to do on a like normal computer. But the first step I would always advise you to do is to head over to the start, just like I did on the previous episode. On the start, you're looking for Saver Manager, and you click on Saver Manager. When it opens up, you have to disable that protection for IE, which is Internet Explorer. And the moment you do that, you don't have an issue anymore. I mean, everything is sorted out. Just head over to Internet Explorer, which is the edge. After you've disabled that, download Google Chrome. Then when you download Google Chrome, download OKBot, and that's it. Click on Saver. Click on this side. Turn it off. Turn this off. So okay. Now most people do this full time as like full time stuff where they practically sell like remote desktops. Okay, so now I will just head over. Let's check the internet speed. What does the internet speed look like? I think it's actually pretty fast. The few times I've compared, I think I should do a comparison between Google and Amazon Web Service, which has the fastest internet. Let me see. Like I think this was close to what I saw on Google. Google was doing average 1000, 1003, 1004, 12. I mean this could almost be like virtually almost the same thing. It doesn't matter at this point in time. Um yeah, the computers are fast. I can head over and download Google Chrome, and then when I download Google Chrome I can download OKBot, and then with the OK bots, I can now drive traffic. See, I feel this computer is quite faster. And I think AWS is actually, I don't know why I feel so. I don't know if they actually modify their computers in any way, because I think their modifications, their user interface are quite different from what I get to see on um like when you create with Google Cloud. But I can tell you that from how I feel kind of like Amazon Web Service gives you faster Windows RODP. Like their computers are quite faster than Google Cloud. Okay, so this is the point where I get to download Google Chrome and install it, and then after which I use Google Chrome to install Cakebot, and then I just do my normal bot automation and do all that stuff. Okay, so if you like this tutorial, you can hit up the thumbs up. You can also make a comment to ask questions. Is this free? This is not free. You get to pay at the end of the month, but now that's where it's good. Even if you don't pay immediately, they give you some days of grace. And the best part about this is you can actually drive traffic to your channel or your website using this free remote desktop. You can have as many as possible, and you use all your process servers, and you're driving a lot of traffic. Now at the end of the whole month, when Google AdSense pays you, that is now when you get to sort out your VPS. So I mean, if you're not doing this, you would obviously be paying for a saver upfront. So that means you obviously be paying for a VPS, and then you pay completely before they even provision it to you. But using this approach, you get to actually use the VPS for the entire month. Then and only then you can now pay from the earnings you've made. Okay, so you love tutorials like this, use the comment and thumbs up. Till next time, this is an okay.